Welcome to Quark's Bar, everyone. All sales are final. We do not offer refunds. Keep your hands off my Dabo girls. And if Morn is here, buy him a drink. Hello, how is everyone doing today? This is MB Geek. This is just a random something I decided to put together. I did not get a good amount of sleep last night, unfortunately. I had a really bad sinus whatever you want to call it, sinus allergies, whatever. But man, I kept waking up every hour on the hour, and it was the worst kind of two because it was like 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. Like, no, come on, get me another couple hours. Can I get a couple different numbers? Ugh, drove me nuts. I'm on my fourth cup of coffee in my very beautiful Stone Loki mug, which, if you folks do not have one, I recommend you go get one. They're very nice. They're very pretty, and Loki has one of the best logos, I think, among the community. It's probably because I like the kind of the golden, orange, and green. Definitely. So I'm gonna imagine a lot of people have seen Kong and Godzilla. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting. I was talking to somebody, they were like, man, there was too many human elements. I said, yes, true. I agreed with that. But most of the consensus we've been able to get together is, at least as best I can tell, is they finally shrunk it down. Could they have shrunk it down more? Yes. There's, I think, a couple of subplots I think we all would have been happy to have done without. I mean, it's not that they're the worst things. It's just, we're watching a movie. We want to see monster fights. We're not really that freaking interested in the human aspect of it. We don't want to see that. It's not what we go to see a popcorn movie about. And I mean, let's be honest, this is a popcorn movie. It's a good popcorn movie, don't get me wrong. Very enjoyable. Godzilla versus Kong, I thought was very enjoyable. I thought the fights were very well done. Very impressed with them. I was quite happy with it. I like how they didn't try to even BS the fact that, how do I put this? Oh, that Kong and Godzilla really did not give two shits about who got hurt in the process. It was like, hey, I'm the boss. This is my place. You know, just get out of my way, and maybe you'll survive. Maybe you won't. But overall, good movie. Definitely the best one I've seen so far in 2021. Honestly, I'm not even really 100% sure what movies have come out in 2021 that I've seen so far. I mean, I guess it's been that few and far between. I've been watching a lot of documentary series, historical dramas, things like that. And actually, I'll give you one. If you want a good historical drama, I thought on Netflix, there's one. Netflix is doing these kind of historical where you have the documentary style of it with people talking, and then you have, actually really good quality acting and stuff going on in the process of it, not just very short, small things, low budget stuff. The one I enjoyed was the Pirates. That was the getting to understand the idea of life as a pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean was actually quite enjoyable. I found it entertaining as hell. Gave a definite take on the culture of pirates and the culture of the merchant ships that I don't think has really been probably dramatized well. one of the things when I was going through it was I quite enjoyed reading about the differences of how it worked on a pirate ship. Uh, they had a very strong sense of democracy, very fair pay, balanced between the people. You could vote somebody into a position, you could vote somebody out of a position. The captain wasn't the end all be all, except for in combat situations. For the most part, that's the way it's his story, from what I read. And you could vote a captain out, which did happen at times. Also, another thing is you gotta they make it like these merchant ships were all big on battling a pirate ship. Well, if you really think about it, most of the stuff probably was insured in some way, shape, or form. And these folks are just they're sailing around. Look, their job is to get from point A to point B. They know these pirates for the most part. If they don't screw with them, they're gonna most likely get out of it with their lives. Seems like a fair trade to me for somebody else's property. And in a lot of ways, that is how it seemed to happen. And the more I did research, the more I was watching it, the more I found, well, this actually does seem to line up historically. So it's quite enjoyable when you learn those kind of things. Sometimes history and facts are even more interesting than the historical fiction. But that's just me on that thought. Hold on a second. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee in my Stone Loki mug. So, if anybody didn't know, yes, I lost my temper yesterday. Yes, I took something very personally. And yes, I called somebody out. I'm not going to go any more into it than that. It is still up. It's not going anywhere unless YouTube takes it down. I make no apologies because I felt I was right. And with that, we are going to leave that subject dead in the water. This weekend, Friday's tomorrow. This weekend, trying to figure out what I want to do. So, according to this, I got 4 people viewing. If anybody, what are you going to do for the weekend in the chat? You don't have to come on the panel, just pop it in the chat. What are y'all going to do? You guys got anything in mind, girls? Pronouns I don't know because I'm just a white trash guy. Wow, interesting. Hey, did anybody know they could do invisible ink in chat? I'm sorry, that was probably a very, very bad joke that I'm gonna want to edit out, but I'm not going to because I'm too fucking lazy for that shit. So I guess I'll throw a couple things out for any recommendations for pop culture stuff that you might enjoy if you haven't already seen them. One I would say is without. Hey, Rambling, how you doing, buddy? Hey, no worries. Nobody has to come in the chat panel, whatever. It's if they want to, I'll throw it up there. No worries. So if I'm gonna going back to this, if I'm gonna recommend some stuff in the pop culture area that I've noticed, and I don't know how much pop culture we really want to say with this, so I'm just gonna kind of go through all different areas of genres. I would say one of the best things I did get to watch, which was not science fiction at all, was on Amazon, The Queen's Gambit. This was a show my wife and I very much were enjoying. The first episode is slow, I will say that. But once you get to episode two, everything just goes so beautifully well. And unfortunately, it's doing so well, there's been rumors that they're going to do a sequel to it. And I cringed like, oh, it was on Netflix, honey? Okay. Sorry, Madam Geek, the Stitch Cafe here is saying it was on Netflix. I thought it was on Amazon. Queen's Gambit is very well written. Yes. Very well paced. Oh, I know what I was thinking of on Amazon, honey. The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Because that's another good period piece too that I know you and I both enjoy. Uh, he did. Sometimes I hate trying messing with this thing. Copy to clipboard. Potato Revan cleaning like fuck. Okay. Hey, Madam Geek, if you want to come in, I did. Or if any of y'all want to come in, I did throw it in the stream yard. You're welcome to stay in the chat. This is kind of open up, talk about whatever we want, have some fun with it. But yeah, the things I would recommend right now, yes, the Queen's Gambit definitely. Another good one my wife and I liked, and this is strange for me to say because it was on the CW, was the 100. But I've got to be honest, seasons 1 through 5 only. That uh, 6 and 7, they're fine, but I prefer not to watch them ever again. But one of the nice things is I can stop at season 5. My wife and I can stop at season 5 of the 100 and actually take that as the ending that it should have been with. Hello, Purple Valkyrie. How are you doing? Thank you for stopping in. I'm seeing a lot of different things and I'm going to be honest, I don't keep up with the pop culture, Mary Sue, Comicsgate, and all that stuff. I just don't keep up with it. Mainly because I follow other people who do it, and that just is a lot easier for me. But I don't know. So much of it, I'm just kind of, I don't know. Is it maybe just me? And feel free to put this in there. Is it just maybe I'm so burnt out on the rumors, the conspiracy theories? It's does it really matter anymore? I mean, when it comes to it, does it really matter if Discovery gets canceled? Does it really matter that Picard gets canceled? Does it really matter if Lower I mean, at this point, those kind of things. Does it really matter if somehow Disney's going to give you the option of you're going to have two timelines in Star Wars where you can have the sequels and then not have the sequels? And then I'm asking an honest question here because I've not heard this one. Does anybody really give a fuck anymore? Oh, Purple Valkyrie, is today your birthday? Is it today, or is this a belated birthday ramblings talking about? All right, but Potato Revan, why do you think it matters? To you, why does it matter? No judgment, I swear to God. This is an honest answer. This is an honest question. Okay. Well, then Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Purple Valkyrie. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Hi, Nina. Nina is backstage here. I'm going to bring her up. Hello, Nina. How are you?
No, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm a little tired, a slight headache, but like I said, once I put the Vicks on my chest, it's cleared up. So the sinus pressure is less. I'm gonna put a little bit more on, in another
Yeah,
hour or two, and actually probably after a certain amount of time when I shut this down, go just grab a quick shower. We've got these Vicks tabs I can put in the shower, kind of help with getting that stuff going too.
yeah, that's good. Glad to hear that. So,
So how are you, Nina? What's going on?
let me see. Uh, I'm doing okay. The best I can. My back still hurts, of course. That will always hurt. And so will my knees. But other than that, I'm fine. So,
Are you at your place or are you at your sister's?
I'm at my place. I got a cat that
Ah,
gets medicine twice a day, and he doesn't like that. Bill really can't do that right now because of his situation. So
I think that's a
I hope he learns something over that.
Reverend, that is an excellent point. And yes, I completely understand why you feel that way. I get it completely. My first taste of science fiction was anywhere in between 85, 86 when I first was introduced to TNG and TOS at the same time. Then eventually another round of time came, Outer Limits and The Twilight Zone and so many other things in that. Every time I turn, hold on a second. So yeah, I'm with Madam Geek here, the Stitch Cafe. I totally agree and understand where you're coming from on that. Yes, it is. It's something I was kind of saying in a sense, and some of you all might remember me saying this. I said, I posted it a few times as just a joke, but it really kind of is. Some people they go through what we jokingly say the midlife crisis, and they go, the joke is they get the expensive cars, they get, this, crazy, stuff they always want. Most geeks and nerds, we go back to trying to find things that we don't have anymore from our childhood. And a lot of times, when I talk to people, it's like, it's not so much that you have the original toy, it's that you have something that looks like the toy you had that gives you the memories again. Doesn't have to be the exact same toy. The memories are still there. A lot of times, if you look at, a toy and a book you have or something that you place value on, and it brings back memories, it's almost like looking at pictures. If that makes any sense, what I just said. Every time I turn on TV, I'm spoken down to called. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things that I'm going to say that I have not played into, and I don't think really anybody in the community has really played down to. I think they made a very, very ignorant, arrogant thought that they were going to come around into our culture after many of us have been in it for some of us 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50, 60, 70. I know geeks that are 80 freaking years old. you don't get to come into our culture and tell us how we're wrong about what Star Trek really meant, what Star Wars meant, what Battlestar Galactica means, what, a monster series means, what, Dracula and the Universal movies mean to us. You don't get to come in and try and tell us what that means to us, because we don't do that to each other. We ask what these movies mean to each other. And then we articulate what these movies mean to us. We don't go tell people you're wrong for liking this movie unless we're having fun and saying, "Oh, you're a dumbass," fun banter among friends. But we all know that's how it goes. But you don't get to come into our culture and think we're just going to be easy and then try to shame us. I think they forgot what a lot of us went through in school before they found out geeks actually are profitable.
Oh,
Hey, Brandon, how you doing, buddy?
I'm alive.
Good to see
That's kind
you.
of exciting. Yeah, I'm waiting for a video to render, so I've got a couple minutes.
You doing a?
No connect.
Hey, Nina.
Are you doing a editing and then upload, or is it already
Yeah,
edited? Just going for the upload
yeah.
next?
No, it's got to go up today. I was supposed to edit it yesterday, but I'm running behind, so it's gonna go up probably within the next hour or so. You'll like it. It's a history video. You'll like it.
Oh, you know me and the Mary's Game Room. Good morning to you. Good
Morning,
afternoon.
Mary.
I have no idea what time it is
Good
anywhere
morning,
other
Mary.
than other than where I'm at and 5 miles down the road, because if I go 5 miles down the road, it's an hour earlier for me.
Hmm.
One of these days, I'm going to take a picture and say, with 1 foot on one side and 1 foot on the other, just so I can have that on my bucket list.
Yep. So, how are your kids?
Me or MB?
Oh,
Or,
both of you, I guess.
or
I forgot you have kids.
Stone Loki. Okay, I'm going to show something here. I haven't been able to get the damn video to upload. I did do one the other day, but I haven't been able to get the freaking thing to want to upload from my phone. So I do want to do. I did tell Loki this a few times, but I want to show you guys this. See if I can. I don't know how to.
Loki.
Oh,
Well, here, let me put myself all the way up here. Sorry, guys. Let me drop you guys out just real quick. Ghost of Tsushima, freaking vinyl. Uh, my wife apparently knew about it, or knew something was coming. She just didn't know what. Man, I got to listen to it on vinyl. I pulled out my wife's record player I got her for Christmas, and I was listening to it, and I couldn't help but just enjoy it.
well,
One of the biggest things too is because when Loki and I did a stream together, because I asked him about this because he had talked about this game as a gamer's perspective. I'm not a gamer, so I went with the non-gamer and asked him if he'd like to do a gamer non-gamer comparison, and we had very interesting similarities. I had a great stream together, one of the best. For him to think of me for this, man, I was so appreciative. Still am. Oh yeah, it's funny. Loki said that they said my address didn't exist. I was like, thankfully, that's not true because we have been getting mail, but I am one of those now. Left the rural area, now I'm out in the sticks.
Huh.
But that's okay. It's beautiful out here. Although we can definitely tell spring is coming because the dandelions are popping up, the purple flowers are popping around, trees are starting to bloom, tractors are starting to go. Dude, I'm like in heaven. Let's, for example, let's say this: people are comfortable. Say, if you live in a city, maybe you're comfortable with the noises that are around you because they eventually become background noises. So for me, trains, tractors, trailers, things like that, they're not annoying to me. They're actually quite soothing. I can fall asleep to them, no problem. Oh, Rambling, you have a question.
Yeah, it's a Mary's Game Room mug. See, I got a couple to choose from. I can drink. I can be really egotistical and drink from my own mugs, or I can drink from other people's.
There you go.
Anybody know? Yeah, there's this gentleman on YouTube, small guy, real good person though. I bought
That's
this mug.
okay. That's okay. Since Loki's in chat, and brother, I want you to know the amount of red tape that I've had to go through to figure out how the hell I'm getting this to you. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right.
So,
Oh,
I like.
oh
Loki's
man, I like the
mug.
new. Oh, sorry, Nina.
That's
Rambling.
right. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I like Rambling's new. This is the first time I've seen Rambling's new avatar.
Yeah, it's cool.
Very beautiful.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the avatar is good. It looks really good on a cup. See, I'll show you. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is very nice.
Yep.
But see, I've had to go online. I've had to register things. I've had to figure out how the heck to send things to the States because normally I don't do that. But Loki, within the next 3 or 4 weeks, depending on the mail, my mail system sucks. His mail system sucks. This should be fun. But I'll do this just because I want to be an idiot. That is still going to Loki.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Oh,
That's
that's
cool.
gorgeous. Whoa,
I
whoa.
love
Let
the
me
red dragon.
let me full screen this. Shit. How do I full screen you on here without kicking you off by some accident?
Click
Everybody
the
else.
little square box on my name.
Oh, solo layout. Got it. There
Yeah,
we go.
there you go.
Sorry. Thank you. Oh my goodness, look at that clock.
That is beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Well, not only that, but that was handmade by Doom.
Oh.
Finished
Oh,
by Paula.
Oh.
oh man.
And
That's
it's
awesome.
still on the way. It'll get there, I promise. Yeah. I
Just
still say it'll get to you before my flag does, but anyway. Inside baseball.
Dude, that is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, it is. It's so freaking gorgeous.
See, that's how private he could be, because there are probably only a few people who knew even that was going on, and most likely because he was never in it for the fame or the glory. He just did it because he was that good of a man.
Yes.
The form to send things like selling your firstborn. Doomscock's so beautiful. Yes.
Be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Okie dokie.
Loki, I think we all can't wait to know you got that in your possession when it gets there.
Yes.
Yes, that is an absolutely gorgeous clock, Mark, the infinitely tired.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Uh, yeah, that's just I mean, it's gorgeous. It represents and knowing an admiral worked on it and Paula was able to finish it just makes it all the more important.
Yes. The only problem with those mugs, they're too small. I
Yes.
got a 20-ounce mug. I like that mug.
Yes, Nina, I think I remember very early on when I met you. You were talking with Jedi Bill, and you guys were sitting down, and Jedi Bill had a small mug, and you had that big 20-ounce mug, and you were just like basically, I thought you was like, are they having a dick contest going on right now in front of the cats? Kapla, Bird of Prey 5, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see
Yes.
everyone. Man, it's good to see everyone. It's been awesome seeing so many great people show up and have some time to hang out. I had a little bit of free time, so I was able to put this together, and I'm just, man, the people in the panel, Nina, Rambling, Purple Valkyrie, Carlo, Bird of Prey, Mary's Game Room, so many great people that Loki, so many good people that I don't always get to hang out with at times. Sometimes we're just,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're just on different, literally in some cases, big time zone differences. Like, for
What
example,
time do you
Carlo,
have?
and like, for example, you got Carlo, you got Purple. They're both in Greenwich Mean Time, I believe.
Yeah, Yvette's in British time, I think. It's happy birthday, Purple.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is Purple Valkyrie's birthday. If you go back to earlier, I did sing happy birthday to her. I'm pretty sure that was before everybody else showed up. So it was only my horrible voice. So you can definitely learn to jump past that part for your own sanity. It's been interesting. I've noticed something nowadays. I find it interesting, and people in the chat, people in the panel, tell me what you think about this, and I want to hear the different perspectives on it. I've noticed that since many of us have become cord cutters and more into streaming and more into YouTube and getting more what I would call peer-to-peer reviews, is it more likely now that we are going back to more what shows we think are great by word of mouth and actually by just unbiased, fair analysis for why we like something? What do you guys think? Chat, panel?
I don't really know. I don't stream, so And like I like to go on a lot of shows, but sometimes I'm sleeping or I don't catch them in time. I just happened to be looking up and saw that you were streaming. So,
Yeah, I kind of did something similar to what I used to do back in my day every time I went back home. I just show up at people's houses and be like, "Hey, I just drove 13 hours, so you can deal with me for 5 minutes." Nah, I really did want to see everybody.
yeah,
Uh, definitely do enjoy that. But when it comes down to it, when we're looking at it, we do have people who do like some of the science fiction we don't. We do know people that like
yeah,
the Kurtzman Star Trek. And you see, unlike that side of the spectrum, we're not attacking them. We'll listen to why they want to watch it, why they enjoy it. And be like, okay, fine, cool. We can get that. But here's why we don't like it. And we've been doing this for so long because this is how we have to do this is how we've always done it. This goes back to your D&D versus Macross Robotech era stuff. The science fiction versus the sword sorcery fantasy stuff. We've been doing this game a long time. So it's not changed. They just came in very late into a game we've already been dealing with for some of us 60, 70 years, who taught the people like me who've been doing it for almost 40 years. And then I'm going to teach my children to do that because I want them to grow up in a place where when you look at sci-fi and you look at stuff, it's supposed to represent the best of culture that you could possibly get, not the best of one person's perspective of culture.
that's right.
No.
It's like some people don't like Star Trek. I do. I watched that show when I was little. Loved it.
The press reviews entertainment is bought and paid for by the studios now. We all, I'm going to assume that meant know that, and that means that we as consumers must have to try and get honest reviews. Yes, fucking hands down. Yes, we know it. We've seen all the
Yeah,
leak shit because it doesn't take a genius to figure it out. All you got to do is go to somewhere like Rotten Tomatoes and know they've been bought and paid for because there's no way a freaking movie. Okay, there was a time when the consumer and the critic were generally on very level playing field, similar in intellect, similar in understanding. There's a reason why you look at old movies like Citizen Kane and see it as a masterpiece, and why the reviews on both sides, even to people like me at this time in my life, still think that is one of the most beautifully well done movies ever. But now it's gotten to a point where we are seeing the skew. It is the, oh, this is great. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, yes. And then you have these idiots like Brie Larson, who she's just easy to attack, when it's like, I don't need to hear why somebody this age of this culture doesn't like something because it wasn't made for them. No, lady, that's called an indie movie. You make indie movies for that kind of stuff for a select audience. You don't go make A Wrinkle in Time, a book based on a children's series that was widely popular, and then say, well, you just didn't get it. Did you read the books? Because that's what I want to ask. Did she read the books? I bet she didn't.
really.
ask the question, Ryan, do you know purple is all-seeing, all-knowing? Wait a minute. When did Purple Valkyrie become a Q? Did I miss a memo? I mean, if anybody's going to be a Q on Earth, I guess Purple Valkyrie would be a good choice. For those of you who didn't catch it, it's because he said the all-knowing, all-seeing thing. I don't know if anybody remembers that reference. Doing all right, Ramblin'?
Yeah,
know
I
I'm
should go and get a couple things. It's still early. Check on the boy, see if he's still breathing, those kind of
cool,
things.
dude. How's the weather in the north?
It's actually completely effed up. So we've got rain today, tomorrow, then kind of cloudy skies Saturday, rain Sunday, snow Monday, snow Tuesday, snow Wednesday, snow Thursday, because Mother Nature can't figure out if they want fucking spring or winter. Rain this week, snow next week.
I wonder about this. Was it possible that because when Siskel and Ebert were around, they were one of the, only ones that were the talkie talk that you could see on TV. So is it possible maybe they were a little more biased? I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing it out there because Siskel and Ebert used to be the only mainstream thing you would see as far as a review, unless you got your local TV guide and saw the star review and the one or two comments that were put in there. I mean, I'm assuming you had TV Guide in Canada. If not, then I apologize.
Yes.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, TV Guide is what we used to be able to use to figure out what the hell was coming on TV. It was very popular up until the internet.
Yeah. It used to be a big thing if you got on the cover of that sumbitch.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big deal. Oh,
yeah, you're right. I forgot all about that. Oh, no. Yeah, bring it up. What were some of the big moments that made it? Star Trek made it on there.
Yeah.
Mary Tyler Moore, I believe.
One point, wrestlers made it on there. Bloody hell, yeah. It was a big thing to be on the cover of a TV Guide, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the entertainment equivalent of being on
the Rolling Stone.
Or the Rolling Stones, yes. Time Magazine, the Rolling Stones, TV Guide. If you were on that cover, Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition.
Oh.
Well, at least back in the day. That's actually interesting. Who were some of the biggest TV guys? You gotta believe address. You see this here?
Was the Avengers on the TV Guide?
I think so. The British version. I trust certain YouTubers more than Hollywood. They have their heads so far up each other's butts they can't even make out their own decisions, what they're told. One of the things, too, is something I said a while back, and I think other people have said it in other forms. See, we're not going to be red carpet people. In fact, most of us would be like, they'd be like, oh, do you want to come to red carpet? They'd be like, no, I don't want to be around that. I got a feeling most of us would be like, oh God, I need a shower or 6 after this. Because it's not our class. It's not our type of people. These people are so far up their own asses, they really think their shit don't stink. And they'd be like, oh yeah, I made this movie that made $100 million. It's like, yeah, but your acting sucked and the CG was garbage and the plot development was crap. And there was about 7-8 things you could edit it out. Well, you just don't get. You see where I'm going here?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, just another red shirt. Even after the VCR came out, I think it wasn't even until DVRs that wasn't normally the case, because you had to you still planned around being there because you didn't always guarantee your damn VCR was going to record the thing. And don't even get us started on the president being on. Actually, I got a question. Rambling, are you there?
Yep.
There was a time back in, this was a big deal. It was like, we had the 5, 6 channels, and then the president would be on, and it'd be on every fucking channel, and everything would be screwed. Is that a similar thing with the prime minister?
Not as much. Actually, if I want to be completely honest, we hear more from your president than we do from our prime minister. But that's besides the point. But that's because so much of the channels are based in the States, right? So if you're watching local, then yeah, you'll see what. But then you normally only see the provincial politicians and their stupidity. The prime minister you don't see as much. Besides, he has to give his speeches in 2 different languages.
Oh, so it's got to be like, okay. We can do this in English in 6 minutes. We can do this in French in 5. Okay. So
No, it's the other way around. Everything takes longer in French. Everything takes longer in French. Yeah, it's really messed up because if you listen to Trudeau talk, he says a blurb in English, repeats it in French, says a blurb in English, repeats it in French, and he has to every time he talks. So even his Twitter account, there's an English account and a French account. Every time he releases something in English, it gets released in French. Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It really has to do everything.
English and French. Every time.
Why not pick one language and do the other one in subtitle? Flip-flop it.
Because then Quebec would get pissed. And then he'd lose a major voting demographic. So he has to do everything in English and French. Just to get in a government position, you have to be able to speak English and French. Never mind.
Of course, I did need the TV guide to know what I was watching Saturday mornings. Yeah, neither did our parents.
Yeah. That was back when cartoons were cool.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, it's like, go watch a freaking TV, get some freaking Cheerios and some milk. Don't forget a spoon, and don't come back till 11. I don't want to be hearing from you damn kids until freaking the Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner are done. Because in my home, that was always the last one. It was always Looney Tunes, and Looney Tunes was always the last thing to come on at 11:30. And Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner was always the last cartoon. Every time.
All right. Well, I got a jet. I got a couple of things to do, but I just thought I'd come up and say hi. I haven't been on panels for a while, so I thought I'd jump up and go boo. Anyway, look out for a video. Should be dropping sometime this afternoon or later on this morning. But other than that, take her easy, folks. I'm out.
All right, you take care. Hail Karoga. Batman animated series for, yes, Purple Valkyrie. A lot of times that was a very big one, especially when they started syndicating those and you could watch, like a Batman, a Superman, and like a Justice League. And then maybe a Batman Beyond, kind of consecutively. I was actually watching on YouTube. I don't know why this came to my mind, but I wanted to watch Justice League Unlimited, where we get to see Superman point out that he's been holding back. And he had one of those lines that I don't think it's credited enough, where he said, I always feel like everything's made out of cardboard. And then he just wails on Darkseid in a way we've never seen even in the animated stuff. And I was just like, damn, that was good. What is Purple Valkyrie now? 23, 24.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Dee Dee Myers, that is a very good episode. It was a very fun episode. It actually, pretty much all the DC AU stuff, the animated stuff, was generally very good, very well done. I'm still waiting on a Batman Beyond live action. I would still love to see that. I'm cautiously optimistic they could make it work, but who knows? Oh, crap. I forgot all about that. Spider-Man and his amazing friends on Saturdays for me. I learned a long time ago never try to really guess a woman's age. It's considered rude.
I got a silly cat.
Which one?
Tiger.
When Darkseid shot Superman with Omega beams. In the anime series, the first time I saw Superman bleed. I think the only reason I know I saw Superman before that was because I did follow the Doomsday, and I don't know if they were how far apart those were. I think it happened in the comic first. Come on. I like the latter Spider-Man. I actually like that Ultimate Spider-Man. I thought it was, as far as campy and everything, I was like, this fits for a Spider-Man show. Yeah, Spider-Man is definitely one of the more endearing ones. If I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, did Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, wasn't one of them voiced by the same guy who did Fred from Scooby-Doo? And I mean, literally, didn't he sound exactly alike?
Um, I don't even know. Uh,
I'd have to look that up. I
yeah,
don't I don't remember either.
I like Scooby Doo too.
Started reading Spidey comics in '79. Oh, so you've been reading them since as long as I've been born. Because I was born in '79. All right, folks. We are approaching the 1 hour mark. I just saw nobody else was on. Thought, hey, let's have some fun. Let's talk. Get the chat going. Have some fun on the panel. I hope everyone had a blast. I had a fun time getting to talk to y'all. I miss so many of you as I have not been able to get on streams as much as I like due to the move and getting acclimated to one
Yeah,
buying one house, selling one house, and so. And as I tell people, this is a hobby for me. So Oh, there's going to be those times where I'm going to be, not in, not available.
Yeah.
But if anybody needs anything, you can find me on Discord. You can find me in some way, shape, or form. Most likely Discord. I'm not on Twitter anymore. Not planning on coming back. Don't really see a need to. Just don't care. But to everyone in the chat, everyone who was in the panel, thank you all very much. You all have an excellent night and excellent morning, excellent afternoon. And I'm going to throw up my outro just because I haven't ran it in forever. But you all have a blessed one. Nina, you have a good one. As soon as the outro's
You
done, I'll be
too.
cutting off. It was great to see everyone. And just for Loki, Valhalla forever.
Yeah.